Alright, chapter 3, conic sections. What does a cross-section of parabolic reflect look like? Keywords: distant, formula, midpoint, formula, focus, direct, direx, circle, central, radius, ellipse, vertex, major, axis, cove, vertex, minor, axis, hyperbola, transverse, conic section, discriminate. 13.1 distance on midpoint. Find general formula distance between A, x1, y1, B, x2, y2. Apply with the Pythagorean theorem A, B, C. The results are distance is equal to the square root of x squared minus x1 to the square root of 2 plus x y2 minus y1 to the square root of 2 and the square root of that. The distance formula given the distance between the 2 points x1, y1, x2, y2. Distance equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Midpoint formula, line and segment. Midpoint and segment the equal distance of the two ends. Use the midpoint formula to find the coordinate midpoint of the line segment. Midpoint of a formula given the midpoint M of the line segment joining A, x1, y1, B, x2, y2. So midpoint is M times x1 plus x2 over 2. And the for x, y is equal to y1 plus y2 over 2. That gives you the midpoint. 13.2 parabolas, and you saw in the chapter y equals ax squared 2, the parabola opening up and down, vertex 0, 0, vertical axis symmetry x0. Each point of parabola equal distance point called the focus, a line called the diuretics. The vertex lies halfway between the focus of the diuretic, the focus of the line axis of the symmetry of the diuretics, perpendicular to the axis of symmetry. Equation of parabola up and down, vertex 0, 0 can also be written as x2 squared plus x squared plus 4py. Parabolas opening left to right, the vertex 0, 0 have the equation form y squared equals 4px. And form the four cases shown for the following focus diaxis each lie in the absolute p units of the vertex. Parabola opening up, parabola opening down, parabola opening right, parabola opening left. Standard equation for the parabola with the vertex is 0, 0. Standard equation for the parabola with vertex 0, 0. Equation x squared plus equals 4py. Focus 0p. Y is equal to the diuretics is y equals negative p. Vertical x is vertical x is equal to 0. Equation y squared equals 4px. So the focus is p with the x and 0 is the y domain, the range. Diuretics x is equal to negative p. Horizontal is equal to y equal to 0. (13.3) Circles. You can use model of a circle equation example 4 to describe the lighthouse. A circle is a set of all points P in a plane that are equal distance fixed point from the center of the circle. The distance between the center and any of the point in the circle is called the radius. Standard form of the equation of the circle with the center 0, 0 and a radius is as follows: x squared plus y squared is equal to radius squared. A circle of center 0, 0 with a radius of 2 has the equation of x squared plus y squared is equal to 4. Tangent lines on a circle. Theorem of geometry states the line in perpendicular circle or radius only if the tangent of the circle endpoint of the circle shown with the diagram line AB is perpendicular with BC, and line segment BC and line AB is tangent to the circle B. Ellipses. An ellipse is a set of all points in P of the plane of the sum of the distance between the plane of the two fixed called the foci is a constant. Line through focus intersects the ellipse of the two vertices. Major axis is the join of the vertices and midpoint of the center of the ellipse of the line, and perpendicular with the major axis center intersect the ellipse of the two co-vertexes. The minor axis join the co-vertex. In this lesson, you will study the ellipses, horizontal, vertical, major axes. Standard equation for the elliptic center of 0, 0. Standard equation for the elliptic center 0, 0 is follows: x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared is equal to 1 with a major axis of the horizontal vertex of plus or minus a to the 0 and 0 plus or minus b. Equation x squared over b squared plus y squared over a squared. is equal to 1. Vertical, 0 plus or minus A. Vertex, co-vertex plus or minus B over 0. Major and minor axis lengths for the 2A and 2B respectively. A is greater than B and B is greater than 0. Focus ellipse is like the major x units for the center where C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. Alright, 13. 5 hyperbolae is a set of all points and points P and such of the difference distance of P from the two foci constants. Lines P with the foci intersect the hyperbola, two vertex, two a transverse axis joined with the vertex midpoint center of the hyperbola, two branches, two asymptoms containing the diagonal rectangular center of the hyperbola center shown. Hyperbola with a transverse axis, hypervertical transverse axis. Standard form of the equation of hyperbola center 0, 0 follows as x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared equal to 1. Horizontal transverse axis asymptoms y equals plus or minus b over a x vertex a plus or minus a y value 0. Y squared over a squared minus x squared over b squared equal to 1. Transverse axis vertical, y is equal to plus or minus a over b times x. X is 0, y is plus or minus a. Foci hyperbola line transverse axis C units views the center of x squared equal to a squared plus b squared. (13.6) Graphing and classifying conics, parabolas, circulars, ellipses, hyperbolas. All curves are formed by the intersection playing a double cone. These shapes are called conic sections, simple conics. The standard equation for the translated to conics. The following equation of the HK of the vertex is the vertex of the parabola center of the other conics. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Parabola horizontal axis y minus k squared equals 4 times p times x minus h, or vertical axis x minus h squared plus equals x minus h squared equals 4 times p times y times minus k. Ellipses horizontal axis x minus h squared over h squared plus y minus k squared over b squared equal to 1. Vertical axis x minus h squared over b squared plus y minus k squared over a squared equals 1. Hyperbola x minus h squared over a squared minus y over k 2 k squared over b squared equals 1. Vertical axis of a hyperbola y minus k squared over a squared minus x minus h squared over b squared equal to 1. Classifying conics, the equation of any of the conic can be written in the form of ax squared plus bxy ax the second bxy plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f is 0, which is called general second degree equation in x and y. The expression b to the second minus 4a squared is called the discriminant of the equation. Use the discriminant to determine which type of the conic equation represents. In graphing ax squared plus bxy plus cy plus dx plus ey plus f 0, if the conic then type of the conic determine the following characteristics: b squared minus 4a squared is less than 0, and b is not equal to 0, and a is equal to c, it's circle. If b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, and either b is not equal to 0 and a is not equal to c, it's an ellipse. If b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, it's a parabola. If b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, it's a hyperbola. Alright, chapter 13, summary and review, distance, formula, midpoint, focus, foci, diuretics, circle, central, radius, ellipse, vertex, major axis, co-vertex, minor axis, hyperbola, transverse axis, conic, section, conic, general second degree equation, discriminant. And I think that takes care of the rest of the book. Yep, that was the rest of the book, and we got student resources, some relationships of equations, and this was Algebra 2 Concepts and Skills, McDougall Little, publisher.